Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or think it would be fun to have your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listen in all major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Let's create something great together.
All right, everybody ready?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, go. 3, 2, 1.
You are now about to enter the hottest podcast on the planet.
It's your boy DJ Supa Man.
It's your girl So.
Peace, it's ya.
What's up? It's your boy Scooby.
Now get ready. You just entered the Tough Talk podcast with the Tough Talk crew.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is the Tough Talk podcast with the Tough Talk crew. We are all back. We are all here. We are all ready to go. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew to everybody. We have So in the building.
Bobblehead.
Y'all heard him. Next up, we have y'all. If you're watching the YouTube version of this, you know what I mean. Switch from the audio, go to the video. You see what I'm saying? It's out of love. Next up, we have y'all in the building.
So tell me how you really feel. Talk to me nice, West P.
I'm gonna go ahead and scoop.
What's good, everybody?
And
I feel like that's gonna be the clip.
right.
Definitely.
And of course, DJ Superman, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. But
Oh, really?
hey, on some real, y'all need to watch the live video so y'all can see his shirt. His shirt is
yeah.
fire.
That Pac-Man?
Yeah, it's like Pac-Man eating the planets.
That's ancient.
But so what y'all had going on this week? I know a lot of things are going on. This is a very busy weekend for everybody. Things are moving and shaking.
I'll go first. Not too much. I did go see family because my aunt has been in rehab and in the hospital and everything for 95 days because of COVID. So she came home on Friday, and
Welcome home.
Yeah, and on Sunday, we surprised her with a parade with posters for Welcome Home, and she came out on the porch, and we sang and everything. I put the video in the chat, so if y'all want to check it out.
Bet.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I just saw it pop up.
So, yeah, that pretty much summed up my weekend. I didn't do too much, nothing other than work. Work was work. Oh, we went to my friend's house. And we went to my friend's house. It was like, hey, we're cooking on the grill. Bring something, and we'll cook it. So we went over there and we kicked it with everybody. We ate, laughed, listened to music, kicked it. Pretty chill.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta chill with your fam and your friends and stuff. All right. You next. Yeah. Which I'm gonna leave the main event last, so just heads up. So y'all can talk about anything else. I'm gonna leave the main event last.
My turn. But no, so we've been composting for like ever. And so I actually we just started getting stuff in the ground. And then we made a whole nother compost pile for the stuff that we're gonna keep bringing out of the house. So we have compost soil in the ground, and then there's compost soil on the deck now, and then the compost actually in the house that gets transported. So we have all the stages ironed out now. It's starting to make
nice.
sense. But yeah, so we just been like planning and watching videos and learning, germination steps and stuff like that. It's definitely something I feel like should be taught in school. but we homeschool, so of course it's something we're teaching the children. But you know, a lot of people don't know you have to soak your seeds before
Yep.
they can, you know, germinate.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of different ways you can do it. I mean, nature's just amazing. I've been watching toothpick videos for the avocado. If you know about the toothpick, then you already know like it's a method, but then pros and cons. Literally just been diving. Like I'm in like 3 or 4 books right now. The children are stepping into like coding and robotics and stuff.
Nice.
So just trying to like not let them outlearn me. Because they definitely have questions, and you know, you have to continue to keep your knowledge up to date too. So it's just been a trying week, a challenging week, but I would say it's been a great week. I'm grateful.
Now, question about the compost. Y'all got one of them big like Turner thingies, or how do y'all compost?
No, so the compost that we have that's on the porch is actually sorry. She just pulled out a plug and I don't know what it goes to. But so the compost on the porch is actually mixed in with soil already. So, you know, you can actually just shake it up because it's inside of like an old cooler. So, you know, it helps to have the turner, but that's if you don't want to touch it. Like, we don't mind getting our hands dirty. And then we also have gloves. Like, that's not something I care to do naked handed right now, just because like I have to wash my hands so much anyway, and then I deal with children all day, so I feel like if I wasn't so hands-on, I would get a little more dirty. But I got like gloves on gloves now. So but you can just mix it up. But it's awesome. Like I'm loving the process. My neighbor has tropical plants in her garden. Like we're going over after school tomorrow to go plant some stuff with her. But I mean, it's just amazing because you can literally, if you take the bottom of your onion or green onion, red onion, for example, if you put them in water, they'll start rooting again. You can just stick them in the ground after that. Like, even if they don't start rooting, you could root them in the ground, but you just can't see the process. You know, a lot of people like to see it before they root it. Right. But I mean, it's just amazing. Like people throw away so much food, and it's like, it makes the soil healthier because plants need something live underneath them to encourage their growth so that they can have a higher yield. So it's just been amazing. Like, just being so appreciative. Like, we're so blessed. Anyway, it's been a good week.
I was gonna add in because like that's how I started my pineapple. Now I should have brought it in during the winter, so it is not a pineapple anymore. But at the time, it was, you know, doing its thing. It was like really getting really big and stuff. But
and the tree frog was fertilizing it because we had a tree frog that lived in it.
Tree frog. I've never seen one in person.
Yeah, it lived in the pineapple, and I keep the light on in the window in the kitchen, so it attracts moths and stuff. So it would come to the kitchen window at night and eat.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Like, look at that.
Like, I never seen one in person until that happened.
Yeah, that's lit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Do you guys have a bird feeder?
No.
I'm about to build one.
Okay.
I'm gonna build one with the babies.
Better see how they turn out.
Oh yeah.
So, what you got going on?
So you grew like fresh pineapple?
Yeah. So like what I did was like I bought it from the store, and then when you take the top off, take that top piece and wait, hold on, is that how I did it? Yeah. I take the top piece and I set it in water, and then you'll start to see the roots start to come out from the bottom of it. And then when that starts to happen, put it in the dirt and let it do its thing.
Yeah, it had the leaves had started to get pretty big. Like it was growing.
Yeah, it was getting there.
And then
my dumb tail left it outside the whole winter.
So did y'all get to eat any of it before?
Nah.
No, because it takes what, like 2-3 years to get
a
really?
Pineapple?
I know at least 2.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But when it starts, it'll come out the top of it, and it'll like sit on top of the pineapple like this, and then it'll like grow, and you just pop it off, and yeah.
Oh wow. That's dope. Well, I didn't really have anything this week. I did hang out with P Brown She opened her photography studio, home of the $99 photo shoot. So I went to support her, you know, Black business. Her and her kids opened it together. So I thought that was really dope.
That's beautiful.
You know, to have something of your own and to share it with your kids and, you know, give them something in life.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
How long is the photo shoot for ones that purchase it?
I don't even know.
Or is it like a base package of $99 and then it goes up, or like? Okay.
No, it's $99. I think you get like 54 shots, 64 on a flash, and then I think they edit like 5 or 10. I can't remember, but yeah, and you'll leave with it that day.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's meant to be like an in and out, you know.
Yeah.
But something high resolution, professional. I was like, shoot, that's a win.
Yeah. Yeah. For anybody out there looking to make ways of money, but I'm saying, you know, that's a dope idea.
Yeah, come to Atlanta. Exposure Studios, ATL.
There we go. You in town. Let's see.
And before you go to the main event, I know it's been a couple weeks, but my ears are at a whole inch now.
What?
I don't know how you do it.
I'm pretty excited about it because I never thought I'd make it this far, but I'm at a complete inch, and I'm done.
That sounds so fast.
No.
Fun times. Yeah.
It's about as far as I'm going.
It was rough because every time I go up, my ears usually get infected and they swell and they turn red, and I have to clean them for a few days nonstop, and then it just goes down.
Yeah. Every time I get a piercing, it's like that too. Like my nose, it'll like swell up and stuff. And my ear did it.
Well, see, I did a little quick run through. This past weekend, we went to the SC Comic-Con. You know, it's always a great event. Of course, they didn't have it last year, but this year, I think they had way more vendors than they ever did before. Like, they had a lot of people in there, like, packed out in regards to, you know, people selling stuff and whatnot. Of course, you had the cool vehicles like the Mystery Machine. You had Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters, and other different ones. And then like some of the special guests, we had different wrestlers, and you had the original April O'Neil from Ninja Turtles, and other ones. But I was mainly there to see Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger, because the last time I saw him with the Gang Rangers, my voice went out. Like the whole weekend, as soon as I went down to Florida, my voice went out. I couldn't talk to nobody. I was like, I had the photo. But this time I got to talk to him, got the autograph photo. Really cool. If you on my personal social media, I'll put it up there for y'all to see or whatever. But it was like a really cool full circle moment because like in the early 90s when they first started doing Power Rangers, my brother actually went to that same building and they had, I guess, some type of con at that time or whatever, or something with Fox Kids back then or whatever. And he got his autograph on a dollar bill. I don't know where that dollar bill is right now, but I remember he got that dollar bill signed and he brought it to the house.
That's so lit.
Now, fast forward, the same building, and here I get to meet him again myself, one-on-one, and it was just a really cool, moment like that. So that was like my geek out moment. Got him to sign my other Red Ranger helmet on the visor. So I'm a hang on to it a little bit, but I'm tempted to be like, I wonder what eBay gonna say. But worst case scenario, I just meet him again and get him to sign something else. I don't know, but that was pretty cool. But the main events Sunday, it went down. Oh my goodness, these people showing out. So I don't even know. I can stand. Just go ahead. Oh man, it was awesome.
You don't know what? What did you just say?
I don't even know how to even explain everything that happened this past Sunday.
Man,
at the link up. It
was like an indie concert.
Yeah.
Rather than a show. I think everybody showed up. Like everybody's been perfecting their craft during COVID. And they showed up and gave a show from the beginning, from the first act to the last. There was never a moment where you had to say, you
Right.
should go sit down. Now that we had a couple people, you could tell they had that was like, we had one guy in particular, it was his first show ever.
Yeah.
And so, of course, you could say, yeah, he needs work, but he shocked the life out of me because he got up there and his own boys. And I was like, okay. Even he was studying somebody. Like, so it was really dope. Had one person say they were nervous. They were dope. But yeah, I think the first act set the tone.
Oh yeah. Came out the
And
gate.
yeah, came out the gate swinging. And it's crazy. My plan was to put him first, but he was actually signed in first. So it happened. And I was like, hey, bro, you opening the show. And I already knew what he was going to do, but to see, and he's from ATL, so to see Carolina respond to him, give him the love, he set the tone. Second artist is like, y'all really want me to go behind him? Like, yeah, let's go.
Yep.
And so he did like a little thing, then he went, and I was like, all right, it's game time. Like, it felt like fight night. But yeah, I think they were lit. They were lit. And it was a lot of networking too. Like, we didn't even have to say, like, get up, go network. Like, everybody was moving around the room constantly. So
yeah, the love was real. I mean, everybody from Atlanta, Columbia, was it Charleston, was it also?
Charleston, Spartanburg, Greer,
Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah. People all over. Yeah, it was dope. It was real dope.
Yeah. Pulled them out.
And shout out to the winners because they deserved it. Because boy, what my man Reek, that's his name.
Pay Reek.
Yeah, boy. I was like, when he did his thing, I was like, yo, where did he come from? Like,
he pulled up 25 deep from ATL.
I was gonna say, like, he also had his entourage in the building, and people don't realize, like, with crowd participation and like you feeling your absolute best, confident, ready, like your people being in the building, you having a team matters too.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
That Hefe, he gave him some competition.
Yeah.
He
came close. He came close, but I didn't feel that same energy as last time.
He was kind of drunk because they was drinking them bottles of Bel Air. I was like, these jokers is drunk. They had just got there. They was like, like, God dang. Hefe, he had me laughing. They were like, you coming to Atlanta? I'm on house arrest. I'm real gangster. He put his pants up, showed the bracelet. I'm like, okay, we believe you.
But your crew gonna be there though. So
yeah, I was like, just send your crew. Then I was messing with him. I was like, you could just perform on FaceTime or something. He's like, we gonna figure it out. Like, I bet you will. I won't be surprised if I see it. I just got that feeling.
No, they gonna figure it out. Shoot, technology.
But yeah, man. Like not yesterday, but my bad.
Look, it's whatever at this point.
It was a vibe. It was a whole vibe. Like, it was lit. It was some other moments that were funny, but I don't want to say them on the air.
Yeah, buddy.
It was some WTS. But shout out to security though. Let's talk about security and their muscles.
Oh yeah.
Muscle 1 and muscle 2. Them
JT, I don't know who for JT this week.
I don't know. They were nice. They should always be secure in the building.
They hold it down. I will say that.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they whole team is real cool. So I'm glad I got a chance to link up with them. So yeah, they'll definitely be a part of the family and everything and moving forward. So yeah, we're gonna be on lock. But before we get to our guests, let me go ahead and run through another 10 things you can do to increase some income for this year, or if it's something that you're not already doing. But I'm gonna try to hurry through because we got our guests waiting for us real quick. And I remember this time, I'm starting at 41. Yo, last time I was starting to repeat stuff. So let's go ahead and get this started. 41, you can be a handyman. If you're great with your hands, working as a handyman on the side can help you rake in extra income. You can create your own rate and availability based on your schedule. So if you got that, easy, work with the hammer, screws, all that good stuff, boom. Find out what people need fixed and get it knocked out. All right. 42, join a research or focus group. Companies and universities frequently look for people's opinions on their products. By attending a focus group, in person or online, you can earn extra money. And they do a lot of that with like testing new sodas and drinks and films and things like that. So just check online and see what you can find. 43. Take photographs. With appropriate camera gear, you can start this side hustle. Instead of taking generic photos, specialize in a few niche areas that your local market will pay for. Y'all can tell y'all about that because she's just really good at taking photos. 44. Be an SEO and digital marketing consultant. Well versed in how to increase web traffic? If not, obtain a Google AdWords certification. Offer your services to local businesses and work when you want for a price that you set. So I think that one's pretty cool. I don't think there's too many people doing that, so you might be able to get ahead on that one. All right, 45. Deliver food. Everybody knows with DoorDash, you can earn money delivering restaurant food to customers while earning $10 an hour. You can sign up at DoorDash.com. But I know probably most people on here done tried that one already. But it is I know a lot of people making a lot of good money with that. I mean, if you stay out there, for some time, you can make some good change. All right, 46. Start a blog. By creating a blog and filling it with rich content, you can eventually make money from advertising on the website, even while you sleep. Get started by creating an account with WordPress or Wix. All right, excuse me. 47. Flip cars. If you're an excellent negotiator and know how to fix cars, you can purchase cars, put a bit of work into them, and flip them for a higher price. Get this side hustle started by attending a local car auction or auto dealership. Now, 48. Help with accounting services. Do you have a professional accounting designation? If so, you can help local businesses or respond to inquiries on Upwork for people in need of accounting help. And I've been seeing a lot of commercials for Upwork here lately, so that must be like a really, really big growing thing right now. So check that out. And 49, write freelance. There's a handful of things you're knowledgeable about, so why not write about them? As a freelance writer, you can set your own rates per article, plus you can do it from your comfort of your own home. Get started by looking for opportunities on sites like ProBlogger, Fiverr, Craigslist, or Upwork to get started. And last one for today, number 50, house sit. Whether it's for friends or through housesitter.com, which I had no idea that was a thing, housesitter.com, you can make a side income by house sitting. How about that? That's crazy. I didn't know about that. But so about to go ahead and bring our guest in, but before we do, I'm gonna let y'all know a little something about this young lady right here.
Oh,
What's up?
I just realized, remember who it was.
Oh. So, ladies and gentlemen, Asia is an R&B recording artist from Inman, South Carolina. She is the daughter of Sam and Deborah Miller and the youngest sister of Antiqua Miller. Asia began her journey as a recording artist January 3rd, 2018, while pursuing her bachelor's degree at Clemson University, which she received in May 2018. February 2019 and 2020, Asia received the Jetlag TV Best Female R&B Artist Award. In February 2019, she was interviewed by WSPA, where she discussed winning her first Jetlag TV award and how she was inspired by her little cousin, Miley. February 2020, she performed at the Jetlag TV Award show where she paid tribute to her little cousin Miley, honoring her victory over cancer. Asia has performed in California, New York, Atlanta, Charlotte, and she will be beginning her 2021 tour starting in May. Asia's long-term goals are to do tributes for Beyonce and Fantasia and to be an inspiration for aspiring artists to come. And let me start this, and I'm gonna bring her in because we got a song by her real quick called Simon Says. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna let this play real quick and I'm gonna bring it in. I think we got a hit. I think we got a hit.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's slap. That's
You
slap
should
right
just
there.
unmute yourself real quick.
She can sing. She came up in there trying to sing a cappella the other day. I was like, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Asia Miller in the
Girl.
building.
Hey.
That's good.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing?
All right. How are you?
Good.
I'm well. I'm blessed. Can't complain.
That's what's up. So what's been going on? I just told everybody, your bio. We just heard the song. So like, what's going on right now?
I'm really excited. I am gearing up for the release of my EP on June 12th. It's like a project that's very near and dear to my heart because like I love every single track on it. So I hope that I'm heard through it. Everybody loves it too. And then it's like a re-release for me because I had to take down a lot of my old stuff. So it's like a reintroduction for me. So I'm just excited. I can't wait to share it with everybody, with the world, and just get feedback and let y'all know where I'm coming from.
Right.
That's love.
And that tour coming up here in May.
Yes, May 15th.
That's the start of the Topgolf Tour, or is
Yes,
that
sir.
okay? Because we got it's gonna be Asia and Dirt Dollar. It's gonna be a crossover with a meet and greet, so y'all can check them out, meet with them, see them in person, live and direct. First one is gonna be at the Topgolf here in Greenville, South Carolina, from 2 to 6. So y'all be sure to stop in and check her out. And anything I'm missing before we get started?
That's it.
All right. So today's topic. I know everybody was like, what is he talking about? So today's topic is to put a ring on it or not. Okay. So I know y'all was like, wait, what? Okay, this is gonna be some trouble. All right, so my whole I guess line of thinking behind this is because as far as what we consider to be the marriage proposal of today has not always been that. It's been changing over the times. It's like, so for instance, in ancient times, it started out in ancient Rome, and according to the Gemological Institute of America, Roman women wore rings of ivory, flint, bone, copper, and iron to signify a business contract or to affirm mutual love and obedience. Now, gold rings were later found in the ruins of Pompeii, proving the shiny metal to become the material of choice in the Common Era. Now, it wasn't until 850 that the engagement ring was given an official meaning. Now, Pope Nicholas I declared that the engagement ring represented a man's intent to marry, with gold as the most popular material for betrothal rings at the time. Now, the first time diamonds appeared on an engagement ring was in 1477, when Archduke Maximilian of Austria proposed to Mary of Burgundy? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. According to the GIA, the ring featured long and narrow diamonds mounted in the shape of an M. But fast forward to now, where it go? Here you go. I do the screenshots. Give me a second. All right. So what we know now didn't become popular until 1947. 1947 now, when De Beers, the British company that mined diamonds in South Africa, launched an advertising campaign with the help of Hollywood stars and the slogan, "A diamond is forever." Sound familiar? And then the diamond engagement ring skyrocketed in popularity ever since then. So my question starting now is, if your man came to you with another option than a diamond ring, would you accept it, and why?
Do I know the options?
I mean, I would hope so.
Like,
I mean, I don't expect them to go to like a bubblegum machine and be like, "Hey, baby," you know what I'm saying? But I mean,
okay, so I'll say for myself, like if my man came to me and said, "Listen, babe, I'm about to pay off all your student loan debt, and I want us to get married," I'm going right. Yep, we going right on to the we going to the altar, to the courtroom, wherever we go, and we'll get married. I think, I don't know. I mean, because once you hear the history behind something, to me, it's something that's just been monetized and capitalized on.
Right.
Like, does it hold significant? You know, it's like, I don't know. Just hearing how you said in 1947, like they had that whole slogan, like a diamond is forever. I mean, okay, a diamond might be forever, but marriages aren't forever nowadays. Now it's like most 50% of marriages are ending with divorce. So I think, I don't know, I think that's just something to consider. But to answer your question, I mean, if my man came to me and said, I'm about to pay off all your student loan debt, will you marry me? I'd probably say yeah.
Okay,
If I loved them.
So the stipulation is your student loan debt got to be gone.
I mean, you said if he came to with something else other than a ring. I'm saying that's the first thing that I think of. Like, you come with me, yeah. Let's do this thing. We about to go debt free.
Liberation.
Yeah. So how about?
I was gonna say, I think I get where you were going with it, though. You're saying not necessarily a high dollar diamond. Like if he came to you with a piece of rope and tied it around your finger and said, "Will you marry me?" Would you accept that? That's what you were going for?
Yeah, it could be anything.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be anything.
That's what you were going for with the question.
Yeah.
I got it. I was trying to dig out that question too a little bit, but now I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, but that is another example of, So, yeah, so how y'all feel about that?
I mean, Walmart does have like some little rings. It's not expensive, so I mean, you can't just go get one of those.
So okay.
Nobody has to know but us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It would be temporary, I would hope. Because the ring is supposed to. Well, I always thought that the ring was also supposed to like signify your love. And so it doesn't have to be like the biggest ring, but at least put some kind of thought into it. You know what I mean? So,
Okay. That's going to lead to another question in a minute, but all right, I want to hear from y'all real quick.
So my ring is actually made of coppers and tiger's eye. So like, copper is really good for your body. And then also it's valuable. And then tiger's eye, that's my king stone. So, so I wear his stone and then I made it. So to me, like it has sentimental value because I feel like it's binding the two of us. But like I definitely thought about, making our rings. And so that's what I did.
I dig that. Yeah.
That's different. Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Because you put thought into it.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
And it's y'all literally coming together in one piece. So, okay. All right. Well, Scoop, I know you're not a female. Any thoughts?
I mean, I look at it this way. You, like they said, you gotta put thought into it. So you really gotta initially think about the person that you're wanting to propose to. Would they want something like that, or would that fit their character? Because necessarily you come in there with this big old ring, but that doesn't fit their character. They're gonna be like, "Oh, thank you, I love it, and I accept it," because they love you. But at the same time, it's just like, I really don't like this ring type situation. So yeah, you have to put thought behind it. It shouldn't matter about the size, the diamond. Like I said, it'll be a piece of string. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, even when it comes to wedding bands, I don't want a wedding band. I want a tattoo. we done. That's it. That right there is a forever ring. You can't get rid of that, or you gonna pay some good money to get rid of it.
And it's gonna hurt.
Exactly. So we gonna
cover it up. Cover it up.
Have you ever had a finger tattoo?
I have one now. Yeah.
Wear a band-aid on that finger.
Yeah.
But they fade. Finger tattoos also fade. Like really fast. I've had this like 3 times, done 3 times. So
my camera is blurred, but yeah.
It still be there.
But now my coworker, he had one and they got divorced and he just went over it.
Listen, I have
it was her initials.
And I never do it again. And it needs to be fixed. Never do it again. Nope.
When the time comes. Yeah, I definitely think that you definitely got to put some thought into it because everybody's different, you know, because you don't want to, like you said, just give somebody a big diamond ring and then they don't actually feel special because you just got a generic diamond ring, you know, or if that person wants a ruby or a sapphire, or, you know, or whatever the other case may be, or even a silver ring instead of a gold ring, you know, everyone's, you know, different. But okay.
Or the circle stone instead of the princess cut, or
Well, yeah, if you get, you know, that deep into it, yeah.
Some people do be mad about that.
So this leads me to my next point. So J-Lo on her whatever wedding now, whatever, or engagement with A-Rod, they said that this ring was a 15 karat emerald cut diamond that ranges anywhere from $1 to $5 million. All right. Now, the question is the value of the ring important to you? Why or why not?
I'm gonna say, first of all, A-Rod is he kind of smart, because I wouldn't have bought J-Lo no ring that cost that much, knowing this about the 5th, 11th time she getting married.
Right, not a good track record. But...
I would have bought her a good Walmart. I would have bought her a good Walmart special.
but in his defense, his salary can't afford it. He plays baseball.
I don't care.
He plays baseball.
I don't care.
And he's good.
That's just, he could have donated that to the darn people homeless or something, because she don't need that. Because aren't they divorced or didn't they break up?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why I also brought it up. Yeah, something. See, but they said it's official yesterday or whatever. But
I mean, nah, that's just a lot of money for a ring, though. Like, golly.
Nah. Okay, well, I mean, of course, you may not expect $1 million ring, but is there like a certain value that you place? Like, okay, you know, I don't know, $20,000. You know,
trash. I wouldn't dare. Do you know what I could do with 20 grand, G?
Flip it and get 40 and then 80.
I could do that. I could build something real nice. We could buy you a car instead of a ring. Let's get something with some productivity behind it. Come on,
you can pay off student debt with 20.
Student loans.
Listen,
productivity around here. 20.
And I guess I know for myself, like, if you don't have, I want you to be aware of your finances. Like, I also hope that I'm marrying somebody that's smart and financially smart, and they can make, you know, if you're gonna lead, like, make smart decisions. If you don't have $15,000 to go buy me a ring, don't try to, break the bank to do it when you know you have other financial obligations. So I think it's, if you know where your partner is, and if you know $15,000 is not what they got, or $20,000, $1 million, I think that's, are you there for them? Like, I guess it's what do you think solidifies or validates y'all's love? Exactly. And some, you have to ask, is it money? Like, am I here for money? So I don't know. I think it definitely depends on the person, but I will say there are people out here that cares about that. Like, So was saying, some people care about the cut of the diamond. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have not invested that much time to do that much research to see what kind of diamond I want. Right. But that's the person. It depends on the person, and that you have to know the person you're with. And if a person accepts that person for who they are, and if they know that, hey, they want a certain cut diamond, they want a certain amount of money spent on it, and they're willing to do it, more power to you. That ain't what I care about. Some people do.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely feel where you're coming from, because some people are taught, we're taught what matters different, so that's definitely a thing. But I do know some people utilize rings as insurance policy. Like, okay, it's another form of an insurance policy, because no matter what happens, you do have the value of, what we are. And, if you can use that to take care of yourself and it not hurt you, I think that's a perfect example of a token of your love. Like, if you build a family with someone and something happens to either one of you, you know, regardless of what's written on paper or what happens, you do have something to help you, I guess, like continue or start over, or, you know, like strengthen your legacy. Like, I think people think of it just as a just in case.
I like that because I don't think a lot of people do think like that, but I like that thought process behind that because that's new to me. Yeah,
it make the most sense.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes total sense, you know, because, you know, there are going to be good times and bad times. And when the bad times come, you know, what are you willing to do to get through it, you know? So that's dope. I like that. I'm going to pass that. I'm going to talk to my baby about that. All right. Like, what do you think about this idea? Just feel like just in case. She's like, you ain't doing that with my ring? Shoot. All right. So the next thing I was going to go over now, you know, it's 2021. The world is different. In regards to just male and female, do you believe a woman should be able to propose to a man? Yes, no, and why?
Oh, for sure.
Now, this might be a little question on my end, but I have a reason why I'm saying that, but I just want to hear from everybody.
I mean,
Wait, what you thinking? What you thinking?
the wheels is turning.
Well, I'll say it's 2021, and you know, gender roles, all that kind of stuff, they're being reversed. They're being pretty much really just eliminated. So if a woman wants to propose to her man, I guess that's her right. But I think it's so funny, like how they have that saying, like, you know, you want to be chose, like being chose. And it's just like, is being proposed to, is that symbolic of being chosen by a man? So I don't know. I mean, I'm very biblical. I am not going to lie. I live by the Bible, and the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So to me, if it's the man's job to find me, or to say, hey, this is who I love, this is who I want to spend my time with, my life with, I think he should do that. But that's me. You know, I'm not out here saying, you know, a woman shouldn't. Would I? Probably not. But I feel like a woman reserves that right if that's what she wants to do. But I don't know. We're in 2021. Anything can happen.
You said it for me. I just couldn't get it out. That's what I was trying to say. Like, it's your right to do it. I can't say no to what you want to do, but at the same time, it just seems kind of, you know, because it's like she said, exact same thing. That's what I was really trying to get it, trying to grasp it. Put it in there for me. That's perfect.
So what you got?
Nah, I pretty much agree. I don't know. I've seen females do it, but then it's like when they do, I just don't see it turn out for the long run, because a lot of times, and I mean, not every time, but a lot of times women, we get caught in emotions and we move faster than men because we're in emotion. So we're like more in lust than love half the time, but we dream. And so we have this whole vivid dream going on that he probably hasn't gotten to yet. Not saying he won't, but he's just not there yet. And so sometimes women push things, and then you get into the situation, and then he's not ready. So then things happen. So that's why I do kind of go back to the Bible. He who finds a wife, because when he finds her, he's supposed to be ready. Not saying he always is, but he's supposed to be ready. You know, he found her. He decided to go find her. He decided whatever. And so that's kind of the same way. But I mean, if that's what she chooses to do, you know, to each their own. I wish her the best, you know.
Yeah. So, like, the reason I brought that part up also was because I believe it might have been Steve Harvey that was talking, And he was bringing up the point that, you know, in normal circumstances, of course, the guy proposes to the female. But when it reverses, what happens in some cases where if the man isn't ready, does that call it everything off? Because the goal, if you're dating, was to get married, and then, you know, you propose and he's like, I'm not ready for that. In a lot of cases, some people would be like, well, I need to go find somebody else then. You know what I mean? Or could the situation be also, well, let's give it some more time. But then again, we're men. We know what we want at whatever given time. So if that's the person we want to be with, I would assume they would say, yes, you know, let's do this, versus give me more time if they were in that space. You know what I mean? So if she's in that space and he's not in that space, does that mean it's done because
I mean,
not on the same page? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I look at it as it should be down to an equal standpoint. Like, you guys should talk about it often, and it's, you know, like, that's when the guy should make up his mind at that particular point. I get where you're coming from with that, and because you can't just, like, also so say you can't just run into it in a ball of emotion and then he's like, because like I can speak for you from what you're saying. I know what I want when I want it, and that's the way it is, period. Like, hands down. It doesn't even matter if I'm going to the store and you say it's a faster way to go to the store. Nah, forget that. We're going my way to the store because that's the way I know. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm seeing from it, because it's like, because me as a guy, I wouldn't want that, because I would probably be like caught off guard, because I feel like, well, I didn't 100% agree to this, but I'm kind of on the spot right now, because usually when people propose, they propose in front of witnesses, and that's people they know. So it's just like,
It's like about that, but you can't say that because you're in front of everybody.
Yeah, it's like me on the other hand, I'd be like, let me talk to you.
What y'all think?
Well, I guess, like, there's so many perspectives you can look at it from, because I know for me, like, I know a woman that was like with a man for 20 years. He never proposed, and then she like cut it off and he went and proposed to somebody else. Yeah, so, and but then it's also like, I do feel like, as so said, like, we can get caught in emotions. I think, you know, I mean, it is scientifically said that women mature faster than men. So
I mean, that's true.
I definitely think that there needs to be a conversation of marriage. Like, when you're moving to make a step like that, there needs to be an active conversation of marriage to say, okay, this is what we want. Like, we agree on each other. Because for me personally, I don't want somebody that's not ready to take on me and all of me, you know, like, we take on us. I would much rather you be ready for it and us walk into this thing prepared than just, okay, I'm ready to marry you right now. And we haven't gotten to that stage yet, you know, doing it prematurely. I think that, you know, there's a reason why things have, you know, you need time for things to develop, you know, maturely. So I think that if I propose to somebody and they said not yet, would I immediately cut it off? No, but I'm not going to be waiting on you forever also, because what you're not ready to do, there may be someone else that's ready for me, and I'm not going to like allow somebody to hold me hostage because they can't make up their minds. But I think it also takes that active conversation of marriage. Like, that's something we're proactively talking about.
Well said.
Yeah, I mean, from day one, you pretty much, not day one, but I guess at this point in my life, it's like this. If I'm even going to date you, I need to know that we have the same like-minded goals. Like, what is the end result? Because if you just think we going to be shacking, that ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. I by myself, I've taken care of myself. What do I need you to come lay beside me for? You know what I mean? So no, you like what's the goal here? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna build? And then it's like, if you know, a lot of guys, like you said, y'all pretty much know what y'all want from the beginning, right? You know, remember Soup, we had a conversation one night at I Lounge, and one thing that, you know, I really love that O said, he was like, the first time he saw his wife, he knew. He was like, I just knew. Like, I looked at her, he was like, and I knew she was the one. And what he say, he saw her like on a Monday, and by Wednesday, he had her back out, and he pretty much told her, like, we gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then if you talk to her, she's gonna tell you he was not her type. She says all the time. She's like, he's not my type. He never, you know, she's like, but he, you know, stepped up, and now they own businesses, you know what I'm saying? Like, that man loves his wife. Like, when you hear him speak of her, he loves his wife. And so going back to your question, it's like, y'all know what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to marry her, even if you're not ready just yet, you know, because I've had some guy friends, they be like, man, I really love this girl. I really want to be with her, but I just need a little bit more time. And sometimes it's trying to get the finances together, you know, things that they think needs to be right to be with her. Then that's even cool. But you know what I'm saying? Just to waste her time, like, no.
So the engagement can go a little bit as long as there's going to be an actual wedding.
I mean, talk about it. That's
Yeah.
Again, you guys should be able to talk. Like, I'm not gonna say a 10-year engagement. That's just ridiculous.
Right.
You know, a couple of years, like, yeah, what's the problem? You know, because you guys, again, you've communicated. You have goals. You know what I'm saying? So you've already said, well, in 2023, you know, it's 2021 now. 2023, we doing this. You know what I mean? So let's work. And then y'all like grinding towards whatever the goal is, like, especially if it's financial, y'all grinding in between up until then. Or some people, they do it because they want a lavish wedding. You know what I'm saying? They want that wedding of the dream, or he wants to give it to her. So they put it together and push, and then boom, you know, they have this big fairy tale thing kick off. So, you know, that's my perspective.
Okay. Now, yeah, I know you said that, you know, you're not against, you know, females proposing to their man. So let's say hypothetically, you proposed to Avon. He said he wasn't ready just yet. Then what?
Well, he and I are already married, but if he did say he wasn't ready, then I definitely would just have to be understanding of that. You know, we were in different places in our lives when we met anyway. But you know, hold on one second.
Are you good? Got the little one.
She said, don't be talking about her daddy. Asking all them questions.
Hypotheticals, little more hypotheticals. Let's clarify.
Right. But like, you know, we were in different places in our lives, you know what I mean? And I know that based on history, you know, I would much rather be friends with someone that I really care about, because I wouldn't want anything to jeopardize the relationship. I wouldn't want emotions to get in the way of a lot of things that, you know, could be, you know, hurt because of it. You know, sometimes emotions block our judgment, stuff gets cloudy, and it's difficult to make decisions. But I would have to be understanding of that, you know. But I actually told him, you know, I wanted us to be cool. Like, he's just someone I wanted to have around for life. But he was like, no, like, not as a friend though. Like, we could be friends, but I'm trying to scoop you up, you know. But we had to have clarity and intentions. We had to have clarity in where we were heading, where we were coming from. Like, we had to make sure we were a fit, you know. We still work on just about everything, you know. Like, no one instantly knows someone. Like, we had whole lives separate from each other for decades, you know. So there's things that, you know, come up randomly. We're still learning. But I find that what helps us is just being able to return to our safe space, you know. And I think people need a safe space or a safe word, you know what I mean? Like, when there are things that could be distracting you from who you're building with in front of you. You know what I mean? But honestly, I just think that you have to be honest about where you are. But I will say, like, I didn't really know where I was. I will say that. Like, I didn't know if I was emotionally obtainable. I didn't know if I was emotionally available because I hadn't been. But it was a choice. But it's like, if you make that a choice for so long and then there's an opportunity, you don't really know because you haven't tested the waters. So I just think that, you know, you really just have to analyze your situation and make the best decision for yourself. But I encourage everyone to be clear about their intentions and to steer clear of anyone who seems like they're not. You know, it's literally that simple. The same way that you would deal with your business is the same way you should deal with your relationship, because ultimately you live with yourself. So if you're going to do anything that's going to ultimately to be detrimental to you, then you definitely have to think about, like, is it worth it? But it's definitely worth it, like, because now he's my friend and my king. So at the end of the day, like, just ask yourself what you want. And, you know, you just, you know, either do it yourself or partner with someone that you can do it with. But I feel like everyone deserves to, you know, to be open and to be received. And if you aren't able to be open and received, then, you know, you save yourself, you protect yourself for someone who's deserving. Because I feel like it's a match for everybody. Every being in this world has a match for them. So don't settle. Definitely don't settle.
Okay.
You said a mouthful there.
Right.
Yes.
I had to make a separate excerpt of just that. But this is my last question, and then we can go ahead and wrap this up. So I know this is probably another loaded question, but is getting married worth it, or is it just a piece of paper?
So marriage, like, that's the thing. Marriage is so different on so many different levels. You know, some people believe in the corporation, right? But once you believe in a corporation and you involve a third party as the United States, you're basically putting your business to them. You know what I mean? So it's like, that is traditional. You know what I mean? It does help with, like, paperwork, stuff like that, if you're already in the system. But there are people who are either working their way out of the system, or they don't want to involve a third party in private relations. So, I mean, honestly, you can have a contract with someone, you know what I mean? And that constitutes as a marriage, because that's what you wrote on that paper. You know what I mean? So I think it's just about who you want to involve in your business and, you know, what your intentions are. You know, if you're trying to get tax breaks and, you know what I mean, make things a little more financially feasible, okay, cool. You're going to file your United States marriage papers. United States marriage paperwork. And then if you don't want to involve the state, then you're gonna you're gonna do a private contract or private reception or something of that nature. But honestly, I just feel like you have to educate yourself on all of the different options and what works out best for you.
Okay. So, Asia, I know which one.
I mean, she pretty much summed it up. I mean, it's up to you. It's what you want of it. It's why is it so important to you? Like, you know, I guess for me, I grew up, my parents, they actually got married late in my life. I actually was in their wedding. I was in middle school. But they were together forever. And so watching them build a house and, you know, create this family, I wanted that. I wanted my person, you know, and to have that house, the family, you know, the whole American dream. Okay. So yeah, you know, marriage is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're with the right person. If y'all have the same intentions, same, you know, wants, desires, beliefs, you know, yeah, you're gonna have disagreements and you still gotta grow together. If you don't learn something new every day, it's not life anyway. So you guys have to grow together too. You know what I'm saying? People change. Like, and you got to think about this as a lifelong partner. So things change in life, from jobs, you know what I'm saying? Your car, you know, just stress, driving on the highway. So you have to learn how to deal with that. So it's your partner, because they got to help you get through whatever, right? That's what they're supposed to be there, support. the sickness and health and all that great stuff, right? So I think marriage is a beautiful thing. If you both agree on the same thing, then yes, it's important, because like she said, going back to the Bible, you're supposed to be married, you know what I'm saying, to keep, manifesting the earth and, building your bloodline and all that great stuff. So yeah, you're supposed to. And again, if you're like-minded, why not? You know what I mean? What are you going to lose? You're going to gain a lot, you're going to put things together and just keep growing and, be great. So I think it's a beautiful thing. I think, that's one of the reasons I wanted to be married. And I did try it out. That was the vision that I had, but, the communication wasn't there. So, in hindsight, you learn. And that's how I kind of learned. Like, you have to have somebody that wants what you want, because then they're gonna. And another reason I'm gonna cut myself off in a second, but another reason is because, like, when times do get hard, you want that person to fight just as hard as you. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're not on that same page with you, then when those car rides home get hard and the job gets hard, they can't take all of that. And so now that stress comes into the marriage, and then you guys are starting to crumble, and they don't know what to do because they're just crumbling. But if you're together, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, if you're connected like you're supposed to be, then y'all gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way out. Like, we doing this. So you go sleep in the other room for 2 months, whatever you got to do, but your ass is not, we ain't signing no paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
Not 2 months.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
2
As long as you
months
coming
out
home,
there.
I don't care. Go in the other room.
The kick is, though, even if you do sign the paperwork, once you truly marry someone, there is no divorcing them. Soul ties are real. Like we literally tie our souls to individuals. Their energy become latched onto ours. Our experiences become theirs, and vice versa. So you can attempt to, write something on a paper to divorce someone, but truly and honestly, like, you still had that life with them. You still had those experiences. And our DNA is coded to each and every experience. And that's why a lot of us are feeling like the spirit of our ancestors. You know what I mean? Like, we feel pain, we feel love, we feel everything. So it's gonna continue with you for the rest of your life. And soul ties are unbreakable. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can work really hard, but some part is still left over. It's like glue and paper. There's gonna be a part still stuck to the other part in some way or form.
Right.
Asia, you signing that paper?
You said at my side of the paper?
Yeah, you signing that paper?
Which paper?
The marriage license,
Oh, I guess for me, like, I've never been married and I've been single for a while, but I definitely do believe that, like, marriage will be worth it if both of us are willing to work at it. Just as they said, like, like, going back to the Bible says that, it is not good for man to be alone. And it also says that two are better than one. And they've summed it up perfectly. If you find that person that's willing to work, y'all work together, through hard times, through good times, it definitely is worth it. But you all have to know, like, you have to decide, we're not going to fight each other. We're going to fight with each other for what it is we want. And we just have to both be in agreement with, we want each other. We want this union. We want it to work. So I definitely think it's worth it. I mean, honestly, society will make you think it isn't, because you see divorces, breakups at such alarming rates over, like, nothing. So I think you just have to keep a focus for yourself and just let your marriage be your marriage. I think it's definitely a lot more worth it when you don't have public opinion all in it. So I think that's something, I'll say for my generation, something like we got to break away from. Like, we have too many people in our relationships telling us what we need to do. And I think that's why some relationships aren't working, because you have too many voices, too many opinions in it. And it's like, this thing is supposed to work for me and you, not because somebody made us a couple goal. So I definitely, I think it will be worth it when you find that person that's willing to work at it for life, your life partner. We working at life, not just a marriage because we got a certificate or a license. Like, nah, we working at life, and we're working to create the life that we were purposed to have. And we're not going to settle until that's what we've obtained, or until, hey, like they say, death do us part. So.
Well said. Now, Scoob, if you missed the question was, do you think marriage is worth it, or is it just a piece of paper?
Oh, my bad. So,
I mean, I thought that sounded pretty on point to me. I mean,
I will say it still sound good.
Yeah.
It hit all points. I mean,
but go ahead.
So okay, so are you saying marriage in the sense of like signing a paper, or
like the actual? Let's take the ceremony out of it. Even if you go to the courthouse and do an actual signed paper marriage, it's legalized, all that, versus a non-traditional way.
Oh, I mean, I don't think you. To me, honestly, to me, I don't think you really gotta sign no paper. Shoot, people marry people in their mind all the time. Like, so no, I don't think you necessarily have to sign a paper for it to be worth it. I guess. Like, I feel like it's worth it, but the moment we decide, hey, we're it. Okay. But I don't know. Like, I don't really know how this whole marriage thing works. So, like, in that sense, I don't really know. I'll just be thinking about, like, we gotta work together through life.
I will say my dad was married before my mom. And if you're married to someone for so many years, I think it depends on the state. But in our case, it was 7 years. Then she, like, if something happened to him, she would have gotten everything. Even though him and my mom were together, she had no rights to anything. But once they got married and they bypassed the 7 years, my mom then became, eligible to get, because my dad was 20 years older. So like when he passed away, he was retired and all that stuff. My mom, she was able to get his benefits, and then he had disability too, or something, one of them, I don't know. But she had to wait for that because she had to be 65. But she was next in line to get it had she turned 65. And his ex-wife, she just so happened to die a month after my dad, the same year. So that also helped my mom. But yeah, it gets tricky with the state, with stuff like that. And that's the only thing, like when it comes to it, when the people pass, you gotta fight either their family, or if they were married before, depending on how many years, you have to fight that spouse.
Probably even probate, all that.
Yeah.
Probate is expensive. Well, see, something like that will make you feel like, okay, like then it's like, okay, well, maybe I do need to sign some papers. Because, like her mom had been with him for that time being. So it's just like, how can somebody just come up and, I don't know, like somebody, for me, it's like, if I done been with this person for this amount of time, and what's, mine is theirs and what's theirs is mine, how in the world, I ain't gonna be happy with somebody just coming to take what we've built, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So like in that sense, when you talk to it in that sense, then okay, but I think that's also like, that's America, boy. Like we got some systems. We got a system.
And it depends on the people too, because death brings out the ugly side of people.
It does.
And so it just depends. Like, if you have a family that, they get it, they're like, they, man, we Soleil and so been together so long, man, they been married, you know what I'm saying? But you just got some jerks that come out of nowhere and be like, man, they was never married. We cleaning out that whole house, you know what I'm saying? And they go in there and you poor Soleil sitting up there and got no kind of rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, for that reason, then I'm like,
that's one of the reasons. I just feel like if I'm building with somebody, like I want to build all the way where I'm secured. Something happens to you, especially if we got kids, something happened to you, like everybody's taken care of, and vice versa. That's where I look at it from that perspective too.
All right, before we get too far ahead, Scoob, what you had in your mind?
I mean, it shouldn't be just about the paper, but like they said, the back work and all that stuff that comes with the system, and like so said, it's by the state, but still, that's what you shouldn't be marrying for. It shouldn't be about the paper at all. Like, and like you said, ceremonies, all that stuff. Like I had a friend, like this is Honest story. They got married in his living room after work, and then they just went right back to doing what they normally did every day. Like they just took a few minutes out of the day. I think the kids were there, maybe mom and dad. That was it. And they did it, and they continued on about the rest of their day. Like he got off work, and they just got married in his living room.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Shoot.
I'm telling
pretty
you.
sure it saves a lot of money too. Shoot.
Right.
Dress.
I'm telling you.
My sister got married in her living room. She wore a white lace dress with a rose in her hair. My brother, I had on a tie, slacks, no jacket. They was married.
I mean, I guess it's all about your value system. Like, if you value a ceremony, you know what I'm saying? It's all about that. It's all about the value system. If you ask
I think
me.
it just matters if it's you and that person. And
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now,
I
ain't knocking a big wedding. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Well, I guess let me kind of like narrow it down a little bit more. I guess more so like what I'm aiming towards is the legal side of it. You know what I mean? Like, is that paper just a paper, or can you have like a more spiritual ceremony? And you know what I mean? Because like you were saying, there are benefits legally wise that you can benefit from being married on paper. You know, whether it's your credit, or like you said, the case of someone dying, or whatever the case may be. There are those benefits. Versus.
I mean, the paper part should be like everybody else was saying that I did here speak upon it. It's for like what you guys have built together. So if one of you gone, it's there to make sure you and the kids or whatever y'all got going on straight. That's what it should be about, the paper part. The rest of it, that's it. Like, because when it comes down to it, the laws and stuff, like if you're not married, then you can't get people, like so said, people will clean you out. Family get weird when somebody die. They get real funny. So I'll say that's just your rainy day. You're just in case. That's what that piece of paper is for, is you're just in case. But everybody's like, oh, it's just about that piece. Nah, man, it ain't about that piece of paper. That piece of paper is that just in case. The marriage part is between you and that other person. And it's a mentality per se.
But when I start officiating, I'm gonna use that. Boy, that sounds good.
Hey man.
Yeah.
I need 0.1% cut every time you use that too.
I got you. I'm gonna go in and slide on over.
Royalty.
Right. All right. I think we had a pretty good topic today. I think we had a lot of good points and everything.
So, like, are you about to put a ring on it or no?
Who, me?
Who that?
Yeah.
Him?
Yeah, him.
Oh,
you too, buddy.
First of all,
I ain't even thinking about that this whole time.
First of all, okay. Let me go ahead on it. Let me go ahead and get my defense.
So he's trying to use us to be Dr. Phil.
Nah.
Right.
Everything I spoke upon about being mutual about it, the conversations and everything, that's how I am. That's how I handle things. So like we converse about the future. We don't converse about what's going on right now. So everything is on an even playing field with us. Everything is talked about and discussed, and we make the decision together.
Good answer.
and I know everybody's like, what he gonna say? That is the plan. There is no dates or anything like that, nothing like that going on right now. But we're just getting things in line, in order, making sure we gonna be good. And then when I feel the time is right, I'll ask, and then we'll proceed. But yeah, that is the plan. So
that's how it's gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
Because this wasn't the one. I'm just saying. Shoot. But any closing statements, anybody? In regards to just the topic and just in general? Everybody go at one time.
Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely just do what makes you happy. Put a ring on yourself first.
Hey, man.
Yep.
Y'all always hit it home and like, look. Go, girl.
Real Housewives.
She always be like hitting it right on the head, like every time.
It was on one of the reality shows where one of them did that, and they was like clowning her, and I was like, was it Portia? One of them bought themselves a ring, and it was like a big deal. Everybody was talking smack, and I was just like, what's
No, it was Neo's fiance bought
Okay.
his ring.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to, like you said. I mean, everybody made a big deal when Dennis Rodman married himself, but that's a whole other discussion. But
I trust
but
myself.
he put that out there. You know what I mean? Put the ring on your own finger. But yeah, like do what makes you happy, and not just make rash decisions. Make sure that it's what you want and what the other person wants, regardless of what type of pressure anybody else try to put you under. This is you and that other person's relationship, your marriage, or whatever y'all got going on. Because I'm gonna tell you from experience, it works. It makes things so much better when you don't take advice from everybody else all the time.
Amen
No
to
pressure,
that.
everybody. No pressure.
So, Asia, before I
That's
say-
real. Like, don't. I mean, everybody shouldn't be in your business anyway, because everybody don't mean you're good. You know what I'm saying? Some people just like to listen to have something to talk about to the next person. So you have to be very careful, and that's family too. And like that's real. And so you have to be very selective of who you do get advice from. And sometimes you just look at people's relationships and you be like, no wonder. And you don't even, you gotta ask them nothing because it shows you. But at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy, like y'all said. And you don't force something on someone, because when you do, it'll never turn out right. It's just like anything in life. When you rush it and you try to make it happen, it just falls apart, because it wasn't 9 times out of 10. It wasn't ordained by God. You know what I'm saying? So when you do things that is not in His will, then you're gonna set yourself up for a spiral. Because it ain't His will, so it's not gonna work. And you can fight. Woo, you can fight against it. You can fight. That junk is just not gonna work, and you're gonna get tired. So I just say, take it in steps, like y'all said in school. Everybody pretty much said the same thing. Like, just have communication and know what you want. Go in intentional. Like, a lot of people, they're like, oh, you should be in a relationship, but if you should be in a relationship.
Amen.
Like, are you even ready? And then you get in a relationship. Who are you in a relationship with? Are you with somebody, again, like-minded, or are you with the devil himself? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it.
Amen to that too.
I agree with what So said. I definitely believe the person, the place, and the purpose are all things that are together. So I know for me and my singleness, like, I'm pursuing purpose, and I know like purpose will take me to the place, and I'll meet the person that I'm supposed to meet. So I guess it's just like, you can't, like the Bible says, don't be weary in well doing. Make sure the person that you're with is attached to your purpose, because sometimes you're not even where you're supposed to be, and you want to get attached to somebody that's on a level that you're not even going to stay at. So I think it's definitely important to, for me, I filled my agenda with myself, and where I'm going, that person will be there, whether it's somebody I've met in my past or whatever. The person that's attached to my purpose and the place I'm destined to be, that's the person that I want. And that's the person that I want to be revealed, and the person that's going to find me. And like she said, you can't settle until then, just don't settle at all. Make sure you communicate and you know who it is you're with.
That's it.
That was very well said. And if you do settle, you just have to be mindful that that same lesson you were giving yourself that time to learn is going to smack you in the face until you deal with it. So we can try to settle, but it ain't going to fix nothing. There's no easy fix for anything, truly and honestly. Like, you actually have to do the work when it comes to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that the common theme is communication, knowing oneself, and knowing what you want out of life as well as the other person through that communication, and then everything else will fall into place. So I think that's pretty much that. But that was a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Asia, for being here too.
That was
Thank you for
Thank y'all for
coming.
having me. I definitely enjoyed it, and I'm sorry if I was out here late. Please forgive me.
No, you was on time. Trust me.
But yes, thank y'all for having me, and thank y'all for even the jewels that y'all dropped. Like, I definitely have taken notes, and I appreciate every word said and the support.
Awesome. So before we get out of here, we got anything coming up this week? Anybody? Anything you need to look out for?
No, just counting down the weeks till vacation.
Boy,
for that.
that's right.
Let's see, got this week to make it through next weekend. When Wednesday roll back around, I get off work.
Party time.
Hey,
Go to Orlando and just kick it.
Oh, you going to Orlando? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
go to Supa Man. It is the best noodle spot in Orlando. I'm telling you. It's got the whole store is Dragon Ball Z themed. It's insane. Yeah. Tell you.
But I know what he's talking about, everybody.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go. It's a Dragon Ball Z theme for a place. I've heard of it. I've seen it, and I have yet to go. So that might be on my list of places to visit, because we're not doing the theme park this year. Because I had a couple friends that went to Disney last weekend, and I mean, the only difference is sanitation stations and masks. That's it. Everybody is still pretty much.
well,
You get what I'm saying? So we're not gonna do the park this year, but it's just family, because we originally started doing this. My mom, when she turned 60, we did a big party for my dad. So she was like, "Oh, I want a party, da 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 da, when it's my time." And then she thought about it for a while, because my mom was decorate, she does plan, do all that stuff. She was like, "Well, by the time I get finished decorating and doing everything, I won't be able to enjoy my party. So your dad's gonna get a house. You, your sisters, your nephews, the girls." And at the time, my kid's mom, we all went and we just spent time together. And from Thursday to Monday, and it's always Mother's Day weekend, because my mom's birthday usually either falls on Mother's Day before or a little bit after. So we've been doing that every year. Last year we didn't get to go because of COVID, of course, but picking it back up this year. So it's always fun to go, nice little getaway, and the house is big enough so we don't aggravate each other and be on top of each other all the time. So it's a pretty fun trip.
Bet. Anybody else?
I'm gonna go to KOD tomorrow.
Where?
KOD.
Oh. Okay.
I'll be with the Shade 45 crew. So
Okay. Shay Star gonna be out there?
Of course.
Okay.
And then that's really, I don't know. It's like a busy week, but I don't remember off the top of my head at this moment.
That's right. They can follow you on social media. They'll catch up.
Yeah. I just know this weekend I'm getting a massage, but I know that. But I don't care about nothing else. I cannot wait.
Right? Yeah, anything coming up?
Honestly, like, I have a lot of research to do for gardening and stuff like that. So it'll probably be along the lines of that. And then I gotta find some bricks. Anybody got some extra bricks, let me know. Building a fire pit in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
So I'm being super I guess extra, because I could go to the country there's a lot of bricks down on the land, but it's just really far. So yeah, I just been seeing who got bricks. But we're going to Home Depot anyway tomorrow. We have some little pots for the babies to plant and put their succulents and stuff in.
Oh.
So, yeah, they have projects like every day. It's really exciting.
Every day at Home Depot?
No.
Oh, it's at home. Never mind. You know
like
what I meant.
School, to make it interactive and stuff.
But Home Depot used to do that.
Well, that's why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
But I think it's like on the weekend or something like that or whatever.
Yeah, because they would get the kids the little aprons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when they used to do that.
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, I'm actually gonna probably ask them about that when we go up there tomorrow.
There we go. Let's see. Is anything coming up this week? Or we
I'm just getting my wisdom teeth extracted, so y'all pray for me.
Oh,
pray
no.
I don't do anything embarrassing, So yeah, y'all see any embarrassing videos? That's why. Be
Good
super high.
luck.
Oh man.
I just had one pulled 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What it was 2-3 weeks ago. But I just had the gas. I didn't have to get put to sleep. Like both times I had mine pulled, I just took the gas. Yeah. But you gotta get how many done?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said they fully sedate me. So I'm gonna just be higher than a kite when I wake up. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I did that.
I just don't want to feel the pain.
I think I did that in my 11th grade year. They had to pull all 4.
Oh,
and I ate some good SpaghettiOs. I just remember that. That's all I kept eating.
But I do, when I go back, I do have to be put to sleep because I had a tooth that the dentist didn't fully break. He broke it off, basically. So it's still some tooth left in my gum. So they got to cut that out. So I can get this last tooth moved for my braces, and then I will be complete.
They're not making you pay for that, are they? Since it was his fault?
No, it was a different dentist. It was my dentist back home, and I don't even think he practices anymore. So
now we know what
we see why.
So yeah, so like I had to go back and get that taken out. More than I was like, yeah, you gotta get that out so we can move that too.
Yeah, I dread getting tooth pulled because I went to one of those chain dentistries, not like an actual family practice. And when I said they were trying to get this tooth out, and first of all, they broke the tooth. Then when they tried to get it out, one of the roots was still in there, and they was literally twisting, trying to get the sucker out. Man, look, when I say I've never in my life been in so much pain, if birthing a child is worse than that, Lord have mercy, y'all got it. Cause damn,
I'm gonna tell you
like
like old folks say, toothache make a dog holler.
Boy, that's right there. But anyway, let me go and finish up real quick. Friday, Bonjour Crate. Saturday, got another wedding. Sunday, family time. Boom. That's pretty much that. And I remember this time, got the topic coming up.
Okay, professional.
We get now.
Because he usually forgets.
Only 20-something episodes till I got it. But yes, next week we're gonna be talking about full investigations. And just to kind of give a little insight to that is basically it's like, we hear all these cases on TV about these officers doing stuff, and there's a full investigation. What is taking so long? So we'll get into nitty-gritty about that next week. But in the meantime, if you happen to scroll down on your device and look in the show notes, you'll see a link there. And if you hit that link, it'll send you a link to, if you want to start a podcast, it'll get you $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and it helps support our show. Because we use Buzzsprout, and it gets us on all the platforms, whether it's Apple, Google, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. So that'll be the definite way to go. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, The Tough Talk Podcast. No, Tough Talk Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, The Tough Talk Podcast, and Facebook, The Tough Talk Podcast. And it's TUFF. Asia, how can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at I am Asia Miller. So it's IAMAJAMILLER. Yeah, that's me.
You heard it here.
And you can find my music on all platforms under A.J.A.
Yes, and you can go find that Simon Says. Make sure I said that right. Simon Says. Yes. Y'all heard it here. So if shoot, just play the podcast over and over and over. It'll count for. It'll be the same thing. But yeah, that's it for our show. Anything else before we get out of here? We good? Everybody straight? All right. Ladies and
Peace.
gentlemen, thank you again, Agent, for coming with being on the show, and y'all have a good one.
Thank y'all. Peace.
Peace, family. Be safe, stay dangerous.
Yeah.